Hello everyone, this is Blake, WorksDB71 back after a very long absence. At least I think it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been in here in front of the camera, I know that for sure. But you might have seen me struggling through those damn comments. And that's actually one of the topics that I want to bring up today. I know everybody's talked about it, but I want to more or less apologize and say that, no, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I apologize for not commenting on videos that I do not get comments or even notification that the videos are out there. This Google Plus thing, what the heck? Like I said, everybody said it, but you don't win over users by cramming something down their throat. It was already a failed idea. I understand how software industry works, and I'm sure that there was a project manager or two, or a product manager or two, sitting around trying to justify their existence, and that is what happened. Yeah, we could take this failed product and we can shove it in with YouTube comments, and voila! There's 10 million new users. Yeah. I'd be curious to see how many people have actually dropped YouTube since that thing. But I'm not going to waste any more time on that, other than say I still have problems getting notifications on comments to my videos. So if you've commented and I haven't responded, that means I have not seen it. I respond to every single comment that I get. That's the right thing to do. Again, another topic, but that's what I do. And sometimes I get notifications, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get notification in that little bell looking damn thing up there with the Google Plus said somebody's commented on your video, but I didn't get an email, so I'll comment. But I'm trying, and if you said something and I haven't seen it, PM me or try again. I don't know what to say, but we're all struggling through this. So that's one reason why I haven't been around. It's just a frustration, and I had even debated whether or not even to do this. But there are a dozen, 15, 20 of you out there that my heart is still in, and I still do this for you guys, right? Because I enjoy seeing you. Even if it's been an absence, I know we're all busy. Other things going on I had to take care of vacation stuff. I have other interests that are competing for my time. I'm sure most all of you have other things that you're into. For me, it's zines and comics, mini comics particularly. And then, batting down for the weather, for the winter weather. I mean, the high today here in Charlotte, North Carolina is going to be 38 degrees. They're predicting we're going to get snow tomorrow night. Our second snow of the year before Thanksgiving even gets here, and we generally don't get anything until January or February. So, man, weather's whacked, and maybe we're doing something to it by driving our cars around. I don't know. Off topic, way off topic. So, I'm back. I really don't have much planned. I just wanted to say, hey, I wanted to give a reason why I have been away. I do have a couple of things that I want to show. I'm still picking up a lot of stuff as I can get it, or as I can find it. And if you remember last time, my focus has been CRI, New World Records, and Opus One Records. Just riding that modern classical, avant-garde, experimental thing now. But what you hear in the background is none of that. Well, actually, maybe a little bit. Brian, a commenter. I don't know that I've ever seen any videos by him. And let me get his ID. Look here, BGIBEL. Name's Brian, and he commented about some Bill Dixon releases that I should probably look at. He saw come up on eBay. that were a little bit out of my price range at the time. But he also said, "Have you ever heard of this guy? This one of my favorite trumpet players, right? Have you ever heard of Butch Morris?" And I said, I might have seen the name, but I don't know anything about it. Well, he clued me in on this. That was a steel sealed copy, except for when it got in my hands, I busted that bad boy open. Butch Morris, In Touch but Out of Reach. This was on eBay. I think it was a buy it. Yeah, it was a buy it now, and I just gave the money and I got it. All on Brian's word. Look at these these guest artists, or this backup group. Moncor III, Steve McCall. Steve McCall has a great drum solo coming up here. Maybe if my video is long enough, you'll hear it. Anyway, on the Kharma label, a label I really don't know anything about. This is probably my first release on that label. This is from 1982, out of New York, so it's not import or anything. And the tunes here, we're listening to side 2, Lovers Existing on the Dunes. So, what to say? What you can hear is, to me, I've been on a big art ensemble of Chicago and those that are involved kick in the recent past. And it sounds a lot like that. Maybe that's why Brian pointed it out to me, because I was on that. It sounds like an updated version of Art Ensemble. Maybe where Art Ensemble would have taken this. If maybe they did actually, and I just hadn't gotten to it yet. But it seems more, it's very free, but an extremely wide dynamic range, which I really like these days. I like silences, and I like noise, and I like the combination into and out of each, because I think to me that's more enjoyable than a full-on onslaught a la Sonny Murray and his drums. As soon as you drop the needle to the time you take it off, but this gives you some breathing room here. Butch Morris. So thank you, Brian. I'm very glad you pointed me out to this. I enjoy it. After the first listen, I was still on the fence about it, but the second and third listens, I started, understanding the whole piece. And this is one of those things where you really do need to take it in. So if you see this out in the wild or on the interwebs, Butch Morris, pick it up. And if there are other Butch Morris releases that I need to know about, let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll be notified that you've commented on my video, because I really dig this. Thanks, Brian. So as I said earlier in this video, I'm still looking out for Opus One material, and I have been getting a few more in, and there's one in particular I was really, really looking forward to. Here's Steve McCall here. Steve McCall, you might remember from Air, the group Air. He was part of that, and of course he's been in a lot of other groups or performances or recordings with other people. But listen to this behind my ramble. So Opus One. Of course, there are all these like grails that people, put in their head they want to go after, right? When they start an idea or a different label or a different group or something like that. And of course, there was an Opus One grail that I really wanted. There's another one too, but I got one of the two in my hand so far. So. Well, I guess without further ado, you've seen this before, but not in my video. In Andrew's video, Turntabillist. Hey Andrew, I finally got my copy, and what a beauty it is. Barre Phillips, Journal Violon, or maybe it's pronounced Journal Violon. Opus One, number 2. Check out that cool label there, or logo there. And I probably can't add anything that Andrew hasn't already mentioned about this, but I will try to give just my interpretation, a very brief one. So, very early in Schubel's, Max Schubel is the creator, owner of the label Opus One. He was doing some modern classical, I'm not going to call it classical, just modern avant-garde kind of forward-thinking music. And he'd asked Barre to give him a bunch of bass samples, really. He wanted to use it, I think, in some tape loops or electronic recordings, and then splice in pieces of Barre's playing in a work. So they got around to it somewhere. I think it probably doesn't say on here, but in an article, a very cool article that I read, said they set him up and Barre just went to town. And he basically just kind of played what he felt, just for probably, I don't know, maybe 40, 45 minutes, an hour or so. I mean, it's a good LP's worth. Well, likely what happened is he played a lot and they just cut down an LP's worth of that performance. So what you get here is Barre just zoning out with his bass. And it is very interesting. I'll say that. Musical, there are some musical moments in it, but to hear a master of his instrument, I think by this point, this was in 68 or 69 when this was done, not released till a little later. He was still becoming a master of his instrument, and I tell you, man, it's really good to hear just someone discovering the different types of sounds that they can get out of a single instrument. And if you ever see this out, and there are some other releases by Barre that, like Journal Violon number 2, maybe number 3 or 4, whatever, that's probably similar. I haven't heard them yet. I haven't got much of Phillips's work. Maybe Andrew can comment on that. And I do believe this has been released on one or two other labels, still very low print run, private press kind of things back in the day. I think I've seen a German label that the track listings, it just says Barre gets down side 1 and he does it again on side 2. Actually, they don't even have listings here. Well, since I got this out, I want to show you the label. Andrew, does your label have the pink in it? You see it around the top there? That's kind of a pink fuchsia. I don't remember that being on your label. Maybe your camera just didn't show it. Well, anyway, I thought this was a little bit different, and I really like the underground little icon there, logo there. I have taken the black light to this. It's pretty cool. So Andrew, if you can or haven't already, you should try to do that. It's a nice cover for a black light. So those are the two things here that I've got for now, and actually have started another little stack. I've mentioned CRI label, I've mentioned Opus One, of course, and very briefly New World. There's another label that many of us already know, that Andrew and my classical guide, Dave Canfield, has pointed out. You really should consider None Such. It's a budget label for classical music. You can get a lot of very early classical music's recordings on there, and some of the really, overplayed, well-heard stuff everybody knows on that label. But they also spent some time and some money releasing a lot of modern music. And I don't have any within reach, but they're generally kind of a white cover. I'll get into that later. Anyway, I'm thinking about putting a video together of that, and I'm stacking a few of them together so I can show you, because it's something else you probably want to look at. I see that I'm already at 5 or 15 minutes. Let me cut this out, because I don't want to bore you anymore. I'm back. I'll try to come back again soon, and be on the lookout for Butch Morris if you can. Very good music. And of course, any Opus One releases, especially Barre Philips. If you see this, don't even hesitate. Grab it. At any cost under, what, $50, $75, Andrew? It's a bargain. Alright, stay warm, everyone. Except for you, Mr. Dave, in sunny Florida. Of course, it might be getting chilly down there tonight too, so we'll see. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.